Hi guys, and welcome to Single, Married, Separated, Divorced, and Single Again. Oh my god, guys. I had a good should I say vacation? Because obviously I moved to my husband country, Cameroon, and I sorted out a lot of things here before I moved, or so I thought. And then when I arrived there, a lot of things were just not going according to how I thought it was gonna go. I had like an arrangement with somebody who were gonna ship some of my stuff to Cameroon and all that. But yeah, so I said to myself, okay, so me and my husband has to agree on, okay, let me go back, sort out this thing and so on. But I have some interesting things that I'm gonna share on this I think episode. It's quite nice and it's quite it just make me feel like I've made the right choice when I chose or when I said yes to this handsome Cameroonian. Anyway, let's get started. So welcome back, guys, and I just want to say I had a very wonderful time with my husband. Thank you, sweetheart. I just love you so much, and you just make it so easy for me to love you even more every day. And I'm just so thankful for you, like just the way you love me. I always say that because I remember even today I was like looking so whatever, and my husband is like, oh my god, my wife, where are you? You look so pretty, you're so beautiful, my wife. And I'm like, sweetheart, do I look beautiful every day to you? And you like, yes, my wife, you are just beautiful, like no matter, like every time when I look at you, you're just becoming prettier and prettier. My husband, you are the best. And I think I remember that's what I said. I said, you are just the best. You just see good in me and you just appreciate my beauty. And I'm so happy, sweetheart. You actually made me beautiful. You let me glow, and everybody's like, oh, you're glowing. Anyway, okay, let's get started. So I wanted to talk about, I think, sacrifice again, because sometimes when you go to a place over a like kind of a shorter period, you don't see the thing so much. And I think I talked about this before, but when I traveled to Cameroon this time, it was quite different. I actually saw the sacrifice that my husband made to actually move to that country, because I don't know, like that country is really F up. I don't want to kind of swear, but that's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Because the just the infrastructure is like kaput. Like honestly speaking, I I love the fact that Cameroonian, I think they are honest. The reason I say that is because, for example, when my husband was applying for a license, like he didn't get a receipt, but he said that no, don't worry, they're gonna, because I'm like, what? If you don't get a receipt, how are you gonna get, like. And then he goes and he gets it, and all those things. So I'm like, okay. But it's so like, okay, so this is the thing. The reason I say that, I appreciate his sacrifices is because he moved from a country, South Africa, with the good infrastructure. A lot of, like, it's different, to be quite honest. South Africa is just, you can compare it to Cameroon, and we know that. For those of you who don't know, I've been to both countries and I know exactly what I'm talking about. But that's a good thing about different countries. They have different good things, but obviously some of the good things are more than the, for example, what I'm trying to say is, in South Africa, my husband has never felt safe after 6 o'clock. He has always felt like, oh my god, like there was always that uncertainty about safety after 6 o'clock in South Africa, versus where in Cameroon he's completely safe. And I've traveled to that country a few times, and I'm definitely feeling like that is a country where you can walk with your phone without feeling like, oh my god, somebody's gonna take my phone or what, my handbag and so on. So that's a good part of that. Now, when we look at other parts, for example, things like, as I said, the infrastructure, the roads, and so on. It's just quite difficult. And also, when you are looking for a taxi, because the roads are so bad, taxis, it's almost like you can get a taxi within like maybe sometimes 1 hour, sometimes 2 hours. There's obviously no buses. So there's the bikes. I will show you a video of me on a bike. My husband was like, no, he was losing it, like me on that bike. He didn't want it. So check it quickly. I love this. So when you look at that, those are the kind of, and it's not safe. So my husband doesn't feel like that's safe. So we always have to take a car and wait for 2 hours and so on, which is obviously the taxi. Sometimes you can get a, what do we call it, a hike? Like in Namibia, we used to do that. Yeah, so that's a thing with, like different countries and so on. The reason I say his sacrifices are beginning to kind of let me feel kind of guilty is because in Cameroon, electricity can go for 2 days. There's no electricity. And I really feel like, even though he's such, I don't know, like my husband is just like, I don't know, sweetheart, just so wonderful. So he will be like, oh no, don't feel guilty. I'm happy I made that decision and so on. But I feel like his sacrifice is more than mine, in the sense that I can actually come back to Canada. I'm back to Toronto, for in case you haven't noticed. But he cannot go back to South Africa because when he was leaving the country, he was told, his lawyer told him that when his paper expired, he's not going to be able to come back and so on. He's going to have to reapply and so on. And he was willing to actually do that. He said, no, I'm made up my mind, because the lawyer was trying to, kind of helping not to make that decision of moving to Cameroon. But he's moving. Now, fast forward, you now have someone who lives in a place where electricity for 2 days, it's not there. Like I remember this specific time when he said his fish was rotten because there wasn't electricity for 2 days. And I felt bad. But now, because I think the few times that I traveled before, it was much more easier because I stayed for 2 weeks, and sometimes I remember maybe my longest time that I stayed there was like 2 weeks and a half. But now I've been there for a month, and I think now it's getting worse. Although the roads are kind of being fixed now, because I think because of the election. But honestly speaking, I realized that, oh my God, I actually had to apologize to him. I told him that, you know what, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I let you move from South Africa, although I'm not regretting the reasons I asked you for the move. And he was like, no, don't worry, my wife. I'm actually happy that we made those decisions, and I'm so happy about what we have accomplished. And we have accomplished so much within a year of being together. Like, we've accomplished a lot of things that I don't have to mention, but oh my God, I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, that's a lot. Yeah, so you know what? I don't want to make this video long, but I'm going to tell you about how, like, I think I'm going to go back to how women act versus men about our anniversary, what happened on our anniversary. That's what's going to happen next. It's so weird. It's so weird. It's so funny. But anyway, take care of yourself and God bless. Bye.